This is a completely different world. We are going through a cultural transformation in Western civilization that happens only every 500 to 600 years. And they're calling it the transition from modernity to post-modernity. And so we're lost. We don't even know what to call it. We just call it post-modernity. It's like, I don't know where we're at, but we're not where we used to be, right? So that was the first part. And then the second part was real specifically how the social and emotional development of our kids is being impacted by technology. And that's really interesting. And so, but what I would propose to you is that we move through that a little quickly so that we can land in the third part, which is, so what do we do? What do we do with all these devices? And what do we do with the addictions our kids are developing and the mean things they say to each other and the anonymous things they do? And does that make sense that we would do that? That we would kind of move quick and then slow down to make sure when people leave, you really have some new strategies. You know, one of my favorite bumper stickers says, "Old age and treachery will always win out over youthful exuberance." And I think that's true. We are intimidated by our kids, but we can't forget that we're old, we're treacherous, we're dangerous, and we can win. And it's a battle, so we can do that. So I'm wondering, as you're here, how much of you is here? And so I thought we might want to start just by taking a couple deep breaths. Is that all right? And just say hello to wherever is going on inside. And so you might just want to let your eyes close for a moment if you can. If not, just look down in front of you. And maybe just start by noticing the sensations that you're having. How your body's doing today, if it's feeling alive or still sleepy, and just notice it. Maybe notice where your mind is going. If there are things coming today that you find your mind going to, or things that happened this morning or yesterday. And then finally, just aware of your breath, your breathing. And just notice all those muscles down around your lungs, and just kind of notice if they're relaxed today or if you're carrying some tension. This is a chance to be gentle with yourself. You have a lot that you're carrying. With all that, with each breath, just to remind yourself of the absolute truth that God's presence is right here in our midst, in our relationships here, inside of each one of us, in this great mystery of love that we share together. And it's that we commit ourselves to as we begin to listen to God as we go. Let the Spirit guide us today. Go ahead and let yourself take one or two deep breaths. And as you do that, you can eventually open your eyes. And when you are ready, we will start. So a few kind of things to set the context for what we're going to talk about. The first thing, it has to do with what does it mean to cultivate healthy emotional and social development. So this is just a little kind of a comment from the world of psychology. I think of parenting as shepherding or mentoring. And our job as shepherds or mentors is to take kids like from point A and move them to point B. Move their development. Kids don't drift into a healthy social and emotional developmental place. They need to develop. They need mentoring. They need structure. They need discipline, all that, right? So, and I would say even more than that, we need to give them two things. Socially and emotionally healthy kids know two things. The first is they have this inner sense of developing their self. They have enough experiences where they know what they feel. They know how to articulate things. They grow their mind. They know Ephesians 2:10, that we're created in Christ Jesus to do great things for God, that God has prepared in advance for us to do. We call that a kid's calling. Like they get a sense for, why are you here, right? And then the second, so you're like, why am I here? Yeah, I'm talking about your kids, to help your kids. And then the second thing is the social development, meaning we need to teach kids how to be in good relationships, which is why we talk about the family.